What are some watch-outs when implementing CRO?
I think that the biggest watch out is making changes before you actually have run tests of significance. We ran some LinkedIn ads for a lead generation program that we were running, and the cost per conversion was really high right off the bat. And we had one person who was like, oh, we should just shut it off. But actually, we left that running over time. And once we actually were able to get enough users across, that cost came down significantly. And we saw that that test was cash flow positive or revenue positive anyway. Making changes too early is one of the biggest watch-outs. Running too many variables is also a really big watch-out, especially with creative. Make sure that your variables, you limit them to one or two. Because if you have too many, you're not actually sure what's driving the change, right? And it's the same thing when you're running your ads. It's the same thing when you're testing a landing page. You cannot have too many different variables on it, or you're not going to know what's actually driving the change.
What would you recommend to businesses, large and small, to advocate for this work and why it's important?
If you're going to be running any sort of online marketing program, it's kind of critical to success, even if you are small, but especially if you're large. And honestly, the larger the organization gets, the more critical this is, because small gains in percentages can mean millions and millions of dollars in revenue.
So for somebody or some business that wants to get started but doesn't know where to start, you recommend testing different offers as the first thing.
So before you make changes to your creative, before you draw conclusions from your tests, you should have at least 1,000 users go through one of those tests.
What other CRO strategies can you implement for testing?
I think the most important one is the offer, because the offer is what is actually driving the sale. You have to be able to build different offers within your cost of goods. So when we were running our e-commerce ads for our client, the large water bottle company, we tried a bunch of different offers, starting with free shipping. We started doing some packages, buy one, get one. Putting different caps with the water bottle actually proved to be the best, but we tested a lot of different language and a lot of different imagery with those as well. And we found that those had significant impacts on conversion rate and on purchases.